Hello. This video is kind of long, not super long. It's as long as the one I did in the combat demo. It's also overdue as fuck. It's way overdue. But I wanted to make a video that is just me bumbling through Dishonored and then just kind of talking about what I appreciate about it, which, I mean, you know, it's the title of the fucking video. Congratulations. But, I feel like it's necessary to add a little intro segment to kind of clarify what this is before you waste 30 minutes. It really is just me gushing and pogging about the game. And sometimes with very poor articulation, but for the most part, I think it's interesting and it's at least fun to put on a second monitor. So I hope you enjoy. It's so fucking nice to move around in this game. Like, you know, big surprise. Dude, give me a sec. Here, first little thing, put like a little ding up on screen. I don't know. First thing I appreciate, okay? First amazing thing, it's the springiness of the camera. I don't know if I sound crazy, but like, oh, it feels so good. I don't know. There's something about Dishonored 1 that just feels amazingly fine-tuned with the movement. It's so good. And like,
fewer ships moving along the river now with the plague and all.
I didn't even know this guy spoke to you. I've never been out this way in the introduction. But yeah, something in Dishonored 2 that I don't know what they did, but they made the movement feel a little bit worse. Maybe it's because this game is a lot simpler to run, and I just feel some input lag because my machine's kind of a mid-range PC. But yeah, I could just jump and run around all day in this world. Oh, I can just.
What are you doing? I need the bottle.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, that's a little detail. Later on in the game, I think if you take that bottle, this painting does not have the bottle in it.
Without your cooperation,
Sorry.
cannot work with these distractions.
Like, look at this, look at all these details. That's so crazy. I don't know, like, majority of players are not gonna come over here and mess around, but they planned for that. That's so cool, you know? I don't know about you, but I could fall asleep to that. It sounds so nice. I really like this this prison design here. It's so, like, look at how much this sucks, man. you're stuck in this. Yeah, this little cell is very pretty. I don't know if the other ones are this pretty. Yeah, they're not as well designed. There's a lot of really nice environmental details if you take a second to look for it. Like these incinerators, which is extremely gnarly. Like, I'm assuming this is where they put dudes to kill them. Can I actually kill you?
Burn this place to the ground.
I can't kill you. Okay, that's kind of that kind of sucks. I like the thing I really love about the Dishonored series is there's so much verticality, and it does a very good job of making you feel not small, but the scale with everything, it's really cool. When combined with the movement, it just everything feeds into itself. Like if I was playing like Call of Duty and I was stuck in this room, I would be like, my only area of influence is like right here. I'm just gonna cover that whole section with a big red box. I can only access there, but with Dishonored, it's like everywhere I can go, you know? Even though it has the dreaded red paint here, but indicators are useful. People need to shut up. You need these things sometimes. Dishonored does such a good job of having these areas that let you see other parts of the map that you're going to be accessing in a bit. I really like that. And then look at this. Now you're back in the area where they were just interrogating you. That's so fucking cool. Like this was in the cutscene from before. Huzzah! What is this? I love the particle effects, but what is this supposed to be? I think this is supposed to be some sort of whale oil container that serves as the power for this building. But yeah, it's like, I love that you can come here and you were just in there, And now you can look back up to where you just were and be like, huh, I was walking around in there. Like, how charming is that? This is one of my favorite rooms. I love this room so much. There's just, I would always try to, whenever I was a kid, I would try to do the perfect stealth sections, right? Perfect stealth run. And it just, I love how this introduces you to the multiple pathways pretty well. You have this access point here, you have this middle lane, and then you have a harder to reach area, as in like you have to clear out enemies first before you get in here. So you can go all the way here. And then you can also, if you want, I'm pretty sure in the control room there's a switch that opens this gate. So it's like there's just so many different ways that this works. Let's just put him in the dog crate. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to do. Does it open from the other side? That's the thing. Let's go see if that happens. And this is why I like, this is obviously why they spent so much time on the movement, because this, intrinsically, just this, is so fun. Does it open? It does, yeah. So look at that. Look at how well designed that is. Like, isn't that just nice? Another thing I could fall asleep to. Let's explode this. And now we make our daring escape. And the level shows you how fucking crazy and big it is. You know, it's insane to think that there's this whole exterior that's been built here. Do these guys just... Oh, no, they still try to look for you. Okay. I'm sure part of it's nostalgia. I'm completely aware of that, but there is something so amazing about this first true level of this game. Like, Dishonored to me is just, it's all of these beautiful little details. You see someone's last moments and it tells you about this plague that's happening. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to crouch, but I hit control. And again, most people probably won't see that. They're just gonna head up here. They have no idea that that exists. Crazy. I love shit like that. Like, what's this? You know? Coins. I'm rewarded for my efforts. Now, I will say, one of the things that people have criticized this game about, and I understand it, I also am not a huge fan, especially when I was young and playing this, it teaches you to play the game in a certain way. The chaos system, it does not invite you to be violent. It kind of paints you into a corner of trying to play stealthy and not do too much damage, you know? Because you're always scared about getting some sort of bad ending or consequences later on.
Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just jump them down there. Like a rat's
Look at that. There you go, another little set piece that just tells you more about the world. And this puzzle, even when I was young and stupid, it wasn't confusing to me. It's not really a puzzle, but it's just like you take the dead bodies and you track the rats over there. They give you enough time to figure it out. Because you just opened a valve previously and you're like, oh, this takes time to open, so you're familiar with it. It's just a great example, a really, really small example of show the player something that's completely safe and then give it to them with an obstacle, so these rats. And it's just like, it's just a simple rule. It's great. It's very nice. Just look at this, man. Look at how beautiful this is. This could be a wallpaper on your fucking computer screen. This could be a painting. But it's gorgeous, and the lighting is just so, everything in this game has just immaculate color palette. It's just so nice. It's gray and brown and green, but it has these muted oranges and like these just fiery colors that are nice. And there's just so much environmental detail. It's just wonderful. I don't know why this bowl is here, but someone was cooking a rat, and I think that's awesome. Now this part, I always get fucking terrified by this because I forget that there's tripwires, and then I you know what happens. I trigger them and I get scared. I'm gonna try not to do that, but there's always one that I forget about. This whole section is all booby-trapped, and it kind of teaches you to be wary about the environment, which is nice. Yeah, but I think it's pretty smart, and it also gives you some insight into why your tools are hidden away right here, you know? It's all done in order to stop people from coming and getting your stuff, so it teaches you a lot. And it's cool environmental design, you know? Environmental storytelling. I'm embarrassed that I got hit by the thing. I swear that wasn't on purpose. I just walked into it. Ow! What the fuck, man? Go. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do either. There we go. That works. Ow. Check it out. You're on fire. Yeah, and the combat in this game is quite nice. Like, for what the game is doing, because you're switching between stealthy gameplay and then violent gameplay where everyone's aware of you. So you have these two really distinct behavioral states for enemies. And it does a pretty good job, I think. It doesn't feel like you're playing two incredibly different games. It feels like everything's consistent in the world. And again, more dynamic elements of this big level that are just... I don't know, it floors me how well designed all this stuff is with the story and like all these reveals. Like, look at that. There were three separate reveals right there. Not like, what's the word? There's three separate, like, okay, you're changing location shit, you know? You've got this big old light that kind of blinds you as you're coming through here. And it's like, wow, that's cool. Then you have this extended sequence with the train that comes over, and then you have, at the end of this, it reveals itself even more, and then it's like, boom, there's a character. There's a fucking guy here.
I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you.
Now this place, this is where I grew up, alright? This place rocks. I fucking love this little hub. It's so cool. Like, look at this. Look at how incredible this is. All of the colors are just... like, you know what I mean? Like, just... I don't know how they do it. Again, just taking a second to just soak it in. Because that's something, like, I feel like people should do more when they play games, is just take a seat for a minute. Kind of appreciate what in front of you accounts to just thousands of hours of work. Again, just listening to the sounds. Like, there's a little boat noise over there. You got some electricity thing. You got seagulls, waves. You know, like, what more could you want? Really. There's falling particles everywhere. I didn't even realize that there's a bunch of falling shit in the air. Where's it coming from? I don't know. But it looks cool. Look at that! Like, this series is gonna be me pogging at stuff. That is, like, extremely mundane. But that's what it is. That's what because it's just so interesting to stop and look and appreciate when usually you just blindly run through stuff, right? Like, it is a fucking wonder that this game got so much care to all of its backgrounds and props that you can't reach. And just, it's so cool. It's so cool looking. Man, I love this. I love that you can just go into people's things. They have their own patrol routes. They're doing their own things. I can just steal their money. This leads to another room. This leads to the room we were looking at from the outside. Like, everything is so interconnected. It's unfathomable how long it would take to design this. Like, because I do my stuff solo, right? But this is, of course, an entire teams of people making this. So it makes sense that it's all so well designed and well thought out. But, like, it's still fucking mind-blowing how interconnected everything is. I also appreciate how, like, because games often have weird scale, right? Like, I think that's... anyone who plays a game, you're gonna sit there and look and go, this doesn't actually, like, this is the wrong scale for real life, it doesn't make sense. But one of the things I love about Dishonored so much is that because everyone's so stylized, like, look at how big this guy's fucking hands are. And how weird his head is. Like, everyone's like gorilla people. So, you can just kind of... all this stylization means that these environments, they're so vertical. They give you so much headspace. They don't look weird to these people, you know? What happens if I...
He's not a diplomat, but he's a brilliant man.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even realize the door closed. Yeah, so we're locked in here. So he's teaching us right now about just like the whale oil tanks, right? Yeah, so this little section here, it's so simple, but again, it's reinforcing stuff about two things. It has the world building with this, and then it's also teaching you about, because he mentioned that it explodes, right?
Now plug it in.
So now you know how to power different components of the world, of the levels, as well as knowing how to make explosives, right? So it's very well thought out. All these little beats just make so much sense. Now, honestly, these parts of the games, I don't actually enjoy that much. I'm not a huge fan of the Outsider guy.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that right now. And this is the best thing in the entire fucking game. You have a button that you have teleport magic as your main thing. It is a non-lethal mobility option that you can use. That is so fucking cool that it is integral to the game, basically. Is you okay, buddy? I have never seen this before. What the fuck? That's actually badass. Ew. Now the heart is kind of cool. I like it, honestly. Like, I find the dialogue kind of corny, but I mean, this game is very clearly like a very hyperbolic take on like classist shit, where it's like you have the lower class and then the upper class, and it's like the lower class is literally living in fucking garbage pails and like eating banana peels, and then the upper class is like, you know, murdering them and stepping on them. At least in this game, it's not as ridiculously unsubtle as Dishonored 2, where they literally have people getting high off of the blood of poor people. Which is just so, like, you know, it's so obvious that I really dislike it. Although, you know, for all intents and purposes, that could be fucking real, you know, because rich people in real life, you know, use, like, baby foreskin to look younger. So, I don't know. You know, reality is often stranger than fiction. So who am I to say, right? Look at how fucking beautiful this is. And this is a different time of day, too, yeah. Man. This is so nice. I wish every game looked like this. Which is like such a, you know, you hear everyone like, oh, why don't they just use Unreal Engine and make everything look real? It's like, I don't want that. I want everything to look painterly and pretty like this. I consider this level 1 of the game. This is the first real deal thing. Also, I like, look at these buildings. Clearly don't have that much detail on them. It's just like a picture, pretty much. But it's so they add so much. They add so much. Even that little, look at that. I've never looked behind me in this. This is where he's gonna wait for you. Just chills out. It's fucking cool. God, I love this place. This is one of my favorite things that this game does. It has non-hostile NPCs that kind of just wander and do stuff. And I don't know if there's that many in this game. There's a lot more in Dishonored 2. But like, look, this lady just has like a little patrol path. And she just kind of wanders around and does pointless shit. Like, look at this rock. But yeah, there are a lot of these NPCs that don't attack you. They just kind of react to shit you do. Like, I'm sure if I go behind her and if I attack a rock, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, cool. I didn't... Yeah, and they crush rats? I mean, she missed, but that's pretty cool. Looks down. That's so cool. She peers off the side. There's so many animations. I can't comprehend it. It's so crazy. The non-hostile dudes are... It's simple, but they do a lot. They really are the backbone of this society. Oh my god, look at this. Yeah. We can take a second here. Again, everything looks like a painting, really. Just beautiful. Let's ruin that. Again, it's this... This seems to be a pretty common design with these Dishonored levels. You have a lane that is you could go down it, but it's kind of inaccessible. And then you have everything off to the side, and that's kind of the main meat and potatoes of everything. So now that we saved this guy, in another level when we come back through here, he will sell us stuff, and he sells us stuff like right over there. Really, really cool. And another thing that's so nice about this game is most of it is actually exploring. Which is interesting because it's not that this game is billed as an action game. It's billed more as like a stealth game, but a lot of it is going around and looking through these abandoned buildings and just finding things. Hello.
Is that you, my dear husband?
Whoa. Awesome.
I hope you like the look.
I do.
See to it, dear.
Okay, bye-bye. Look at that. Like, there's just this little out-of-the-way spot that has an interaction, and then that's it. Although, okay, it's... To be clear, not it. Granny Rags is a great character. She comes back and is a big part of the story that I'm too stupid to really get the full... understand the entirety of, but it's so antithetical to what you would think, like how you would design a level. This is... Okay, this is gonna sound so reductive, but... In the same way that Dark Souls is kind of just like, you know, it just throws you into a random ass world, and I mean Dark Souls 1, not 3 or 2, to an extent 2, but it just kind of throws you in, and then you're just left treading water for a bit and going like, where the fuck do I go? It's similar to this kind of design philosophy where it's like, if it will respect player's choice to explore. If you decide to go off the beaten path, because there's a pretty clear path where it's like, you need to go here, but then it's roadblocked. You can go there, you can disable the wall if you want, or you can head over that wall there, but you can also walk all the way this way. Everything just keeps telling you that there are multiple paths to explore, and I just think it's such a good thing to teach, rather than just feeding them through a straight linear thing. Oh shit. Oh yeah, and then here, this is blocked off, but later on, this opens up, and that's an entire area that you can go through, is this artist's house. There's a whole story connected to that section. I just love that Blink is in this game. Again, people hate on it for some reason. I just think, honestly, I think that's one of those, like, controversial gaming opinions that someone just came up with to be controversial. Because I only remember hearing it recently. I never heard this, like, when it came out, you know? People praised it for the cool powers. Because, like, you know, look at how wide this area is. There's so much, and it would not be a chore to walk through it, but, like, you know, if you're like, oh shit, there's maybe some area that I didn't explore. And it shortens the trip considerably. Ha ha ha! Kill you. Okay. Aha! Look at that. Even in combat, Blink is just awesome. You can zip around your opponents. I don't know why people would think that Blink is dumb. It's such a unique and interesting and just, it's one of those powers in games, or one of those abilities, it's just like, duh. It makes so much sense when it's in. Okay, that's all I recorded when I recorded this a couple months ago. I don't remember exactly when I recorded it, but I actually forgot an area, and it was the offices of Dr. Galvani, which it's a pretty important area, like, at least in my gamer headcanon, because, like, I remember this place a lot when I was a kid going through here, but I completely bypassed it in my initial recording, so, you know. But I guess the main thing I wanted to really illustrate, at least talking about the first level, or the first real level, is that if you're of the gaming phenotype of the explorer, this game fucking rocks. Because there's so many little nooks and crannies for you to just check out, which I find a very valuable trait for a video game, is that you can exist in this space separate from your life and the real world, but you still get rewarded by inquiring about its depth. And I think Dishonored does that in spades. I think it does a fantastic job of rewarding the exploration and providing that depth of experience. Even just it, like, insofar as going into a door and then going, holy shit, there's an entire apartment here that I can check out. Yeah, and then that having story significance. It's a buffet of exploring goodness. So, anyways, listening back to this recording, I hope I don't come off as too, I hope I'm just not like slobbering on the balls of Dishonored and I'm providing some insight, perhaps. But in the end, I really just wanted to have an excuse to play this game. So, your opinion doesn't really matter that much. I just like playing the game. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe there'll be a part 2. Who knows? So, bye-bye.